Hello there and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a simple but really powerful method to help you learn new English words. And, more importantly, to actually remember them. So let's get right into it. Okay, but before we dive in, if you could just take a quick moment to subscribe and turn on that little notification bell, that would be amazing. And hey, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment. Your support really truly helps us create more explainers just for you. Thank you so much for that. All right, so let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar to you? You learn a bunch of new English words, you feel really good about it, and then, maybe a week later, poof, they're just gone. If that's you, please don't worry. It's a super common problem, and today we're going to fix it together. First up, let's create your study plan. Now, you might think the first step is about memorizing words, but nope. The first, and honestly the most important step, is all about building a good habit. We've got to create a personal study plan that works for you. This is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. So, what's the key to a great study plan? It's one word: routine. A routine is just something you do often, usually in the same way. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't really have to think about it, right? You just do it. When learning English becomes a routine like that, it stops feeling like hard work and starts feeling like a normal part of your day. So, what does a good weekly routine actually look like? Well, it has two key parts. First, once a week, you need to find about 30 to 45 minutes to really sit down and study a new set of words. That's your main learning time. But then, and this is the part a lot of people miss, there's a second part that's just as important. You have to revise that unit every single day. And let's be super clear on what this word revise means. It's simple. It just means to study something again. The whole point of revising is not to learn something new. The point is to make sure the words you already studied actually stay in your brain. It's the secret to moving words from your short-term memory into your long-term memory. It's how you build a word library in your head you can actually use. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Revise daily? I don't have time for that. But here's the best part. Look at this. Daily revision doesn't take hours. It only takes 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. Just a few minutes every day is so incredibly powerful. You can do it while you're drinking your morning coffee, on the bus to work, or right before you go to sleep. It's easy to fit in. So here's a question for you to think about right now. What is your study plan going to be? Take a look at your own weekly schedule. When can you find 30 minutes for your main study session? And where can you sneak in those quick 10-minute revisions? Seriously, maybe even pause for a second and write it down. When you write it down, it becomes a real plan. All right, part 2, learn words actively. Now that you have your plan for when you'll study, let's talk about how to make that time count. The secret isn't just studying. It's about learning words in an active way. This is so important. Just reading a list of words is, well, it's passive. It's easy, sure, but your brain isn't really doing any work, which means you'll forget everything super fast. To really, truly learn something, you have to be active. You have to do something with the words. Why? Well, when you're active, you're telling your brain, hey, pay attention. This stuff is important, so you better remember it. Okay, you ask, so how do I be an active learner? Great question. Here are some fantastic practical ideas. First, use your voice. Don't just read the word routine. Say it out loud. Routine. Then say it again, silently in your head. Use a bright highlighter to make important words stand out. And of course, write the new words down in a notebook. But this last one, this one is a real game changer. I'm telling you, writing things down is a secret weapon. Your vocabulary notebook is your new best friend. The simple physical act of moving a pen and writing a word sends a much stronger signal to your brain than just typing or reading. It connects the movement of your hand to the word in your mind. It's like creating an extra layer of memory. And remember that last tip about personal sentences? Well, here is a perfect example for the word shared. You see, instead of a boring definition, this sentence connects the word to a real personal memory. When you make sentences about your own life, your friends, your job, your holidays, the new word becomes part of your story, and that makes it almost impossible to forget. Okay, you're doing great. You've got your routine and you're studying actively. Fantastic. Now, for the final piece of the puzzle, how to make sure you remember everything during those quick daily sessions. Let's talk about how to revise and remember. So, just like learning, revision can be passive or it can be active. Passive revision is just reading over your word list. It feels easy, but honestly, it's not very effective. You'll forget quickly. Active revision, on the other hand, means you test yourself. It might feel a little harder, but that's a good thing. That feeling means your brain is working hard to find the information. It's like exercise for your memory. The more you do it, the stronger your memory becomes. So, how do you test yourself? I promise it's super simple. Just follow these 5 steps. 1. Look at an English word in your notebook. 2. Use your hand or a piece of paper to cover the meaning. 3. Really try to remember what it means. 4. Uncover the meaning and check your answer. And 5. If you got it wrong, that's okay. It's not a failure. Just put a little mark next to it and make sure you try that word again in a few minutes. That's it. And that's pretty much the whole system. It's really simple, isn't it? But it is so incredibly effective if you stick with it. So let's quickly put it all together. Here is your key to success. It all comes down to these 3 simple steps. First, create a routine that works for your life. Be consistent. Second, when you study, be an active learner. Speak, write, and make it personal. And third, when you review, be an active reviser. Don't just read your notes, test yourself. So, what does this all mean? It means you now have a real step-by-step plan to remember English words for a very, very long time. This isn't magic. It's a proven method that works with your brain's natural way of learning. If you use this plan, you will stop forgetting words. You'll start building a really powerful English vocabulary, and you'll be able to speak with so much more confidence. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and leave a comment to support the channel.